Welcome back to the Bnai Zion Corner. Last week we had on the show Rebecca Harari, Senior Vice President of the Bnai Zion Foundation. Rebecca told us the amazing story of her husband and how, thanks to Bnai Zion Insurance, back in 1961, her husband is alive and well today. Thank God. She also spoke with several Bnai Zion's upcoming events, including Fall Forward, which is a ladies' event happening in the home of Sheila and Jack Sit in Deal, New Jersey on August 22nd. There are several other exciting events coming up. If you'd like to know more, then go to the website, bnaizion.org/events, for their exciting events, for tickets and more information. Or you can call Rebecca Harari direct at 646-485-7999. Tonight, on the show, we're very excited to have Cheryl Bier back, the CEO of Bnai Zion. Cheryl is already on the program at least a few times already, and she's back to tell us about her own history of Bnai Zion, as well as to discuss their upcoming annual gala and so much more. Welcome back, Cheryl. Glad to have you on the show.
Hi, Zev. Hope you're enjoying your summer.
Going by very fast. I don't know about you, but it's zipping by. So, Cheryl,
once it's August 1st, it's like done.
I know. It's sad. I'm ready to start the summer all over again, but it's zipping by. So you're working hard. So tell our listeners, Cheryl, I know you have a true love of Israel. In order to work in a group like Bnai Zion, you have to be that way. What makes Israel so special to you, and what can our listeners learn about any opportunities to see Israel through the eyes of Bnai Zion?
So first of all, I think I've told you before, Zev, my parents are from Israel. My mother's Lebanese, my father's Polish, but they both lived in Israel since they were young, and they served the Israeli army. And we spent our childhood going to Israel for the summer, and we had a great, amazing summer, great upbringing, and we've learned the love for Israel, which is so pure. And each and every time I go to Israel, I see things through a different lens. It's not only my personal family, but my extended family, whose commitment to Bnai Zion Project is an example of sacrifice and devotion. One of my favorite projects is, and my favorite friend is Yoav Applebaum. For over 35 years, he's executive director of Ahava Village for children and youth. Yoav has helped heal the shattered lives of hundreds of neglected children. Ahava, which I'm sure you know after a few months listening to us, he provides a functioning family environment within the context of specialized one-on-one treatment.
I believe he was on the show talking about it not too long ago.
That's
too.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Does amazing work. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but he does amazing work.
But it's not only amazing work. What he does is when he meets with somebody, he becomes their personal friend. Because when he talks to someone, he listens to them and he looks into their eyes. And the children, because of all that, when they look at him, they feel loved and they feel enveloped with his love. And that's why it's such a special project and such a special relationship that I have with him.
Terrific, really, very, very special. Yes.
And now, one of our new projects, which we're doing, is Yad Leah. We collect clothes we do clothing drives here in the United States, and we also are able to volunteer in their Passaic warehouse, and we send clothes to thousands of kids in Israel, thousands of people in Israel. We just sent 1,200 boxes through Yad Leah 2 weeks ago, and they just received it. So this way the kids in Israel will be able to have clothes for Yontiv, and this way it helps give dignity to the children, and again, envelops everybody with love. So that's one of the projects that we would like to talk about, and hopefully if you would like to set up a clothing drive in your shul, in your area, in your community, please reach out to me, and we'll coordinate with our two new friends. Her name is Jessica Katz at Yad Leah, or Karen Saylor. You might know her. She's in Beitar Elite, and they're amazing people and unbelievable people.
And I know if you have extra clothing, it's a great thing, because I know in Long Beach we had Mr. Goldstein was collecting for Yad Leah, and I did something for Yad Leah last year also. It's so important people have great clothing, and this will help in Israel. So donate it, and they'll pick it up from you. It's a great cause, and it's a wonderful thing that you're doing with it.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that you've you've done the radio show for them as well, because we were thinking of having Jessica Katz on shortly.
I believe I hosted a breakfast for them in New Jersey in Teaneck last year.
Yes. Okay. Definitely.
And so that's how I'm familiar with the group. And there was somebody here who made Aliyah since Mr. Goldstein, who actually was a big advocate for Yad Leh and was pushing people to donate and to give. And he did a great job getting people to give clothing because he knows that it went to help people in Israel. So he was so passionate about it. So because he knows the work firsthand of what they do.
What else could I add to that? It's amazing, and if you have any gently used clothes, please reach out to either Jessica Katz at Yad Leah or myself at Bnai Zion. We'll be happy to coordinate a clothing drive.
Now, you have some missions to Israel coming up, too, that are exciting.
We have 2 upcoming missions. Hanukkah mission, which is going to be the best 10 days of your life, starting with our projects to breakfast, to having lunch at the Knesset. We're going to be visiting the Israel Embassy with David Friedman, Jerusalem Embassy with David Friedman. We're going to a winery. How could you be in Israel without making a bracha on wine and seeing the fruit of your labor? It's just amazing and fantastic. And we have a Yom HaAtzmaut mission, which, again, will be joining March of the Living at their great event, which last year was at the Lone Soldier Center, and we just had a marvelous time, 10 days again in Israel. So please, if you are interested in going to Israel or joining on our missions or just learning more about Bnai Zion, please give myself or Rebecca a call. We are very passionate about our projects, and we're really looking forward to being sold out.
Now, I urge everybody to go on the Bnai Zion missions to Israel. As you heard Cheryl say, you'll have a marvelous, marvelous time. But unfortunately, Cheryl, there's some people, for whatever the reason, cannot go to Israel anytime soon. So what thoughts, what suggestions, or advice do you have for them so they can be involved, even if they can personally make it on the mission?
So 2 things. First of all, I'll be in Israel, Sukkot, so if any of your listeners want to reach out to me in Israel, I'm happy to meet with them on Sukkot. A lot of people are on their family trips, and we'll be happy to do a private tour for them at any of our projects. As well, if you're not going to be able to be in Israel, we have a program called Note in the Wall, and if you want to write a note for us to deliver to the Kotel, we'll be happy to insert it for you. If you could either email myself, Cheryl, CHERYL.BIER at BnaiZion.org, or you can go to BnaiZion.org/note-in-wall and write what you'd like me to insert for you. It would be my honor and pleasure to take any and all messages to Israel for you and any of your listeners.
I know you provided that service. That's fantastic that you personally are offering to go and put notes in the wall for our listeners. Thank you very much. A great idea. I know you'll be hearing from several more of the more than 200,000 people listening to Bnai Zion Corner this evening. So take advantage, and you can have your note in the wall. So tell us about your upcoming annual gala. When is it, and who will be you honoring this year? Who's the guest of honor?
So this year's annual gala is on November 4th at 12 noon at the Jewish Heritage Museum in Battery Place in New York City. I've had the honor this past week of interviewing our honorees, so it gives us an added lens into their life and how great the event will be. We are honoring Rabbi Eli Abadi, MD, Ken Abramowitz, Mark Langfan, and William Langfan. And as well, we're having Oz Perlman, the illusionist, who's going to be doing a remarkable show. If you haven't seen him, Google him. He's amazing. We're having a raffle of fantastic gifts. And invitations will be mailed later this month, so please either call email Cheryl.Bier at BnaiZion.org or my colleague here, Rebecca Harari at BnaiZion.org. So
take advantage of that. It sounds like a really exciting event, Cheryl. I know the honorees. They've been on this program many times over the course of time. So that's great that you're honoring them all at one time. And Oz Perlman has a fantastic show planned for people, too. It
should be great. Have you ever interviewed Oz Perlman? Because
no,
if not, then you really, really should. Hopefully you'll be able to come to the show to meet to meet and greet and to see our wonderful event.
No, absolutely. I love to have him on. I'm not familiar with him, but I'm sure I will be. He's a great illusionist, so people shouldn't have any illusion of what he can do. I'm sure he's fantastic.
He's amazing, and God willing, you'll be able to attend, and your family and friends as well.
Before I let you go, I just want to go back for a moment to Yad Leah with the clothing drive. You have something coming up in Deal, I believe, in August, correct? This month.
Right, at the Fall Forward event, which Rebecca Harari is having at the home of Shella and Jack Sit. If you bring a bag of gently used clothing, you'll receive a $20 Chinese auction coupon to use toward the exquisite auction that will be displayed. So hopefully your listeners will be joining us August 22nd at the home of Shella and Jack Sit in Deal, New Jersey. All information is on the computer at bnaizion.org/events. Looking forward.
Thank you, Cheryl Bier, CEO of Bnai Zion Foundation, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us here on this broadcast this evening. You've got so many things happening at Bnai Zion, and I'm glad you're able to discuss some of them with us tonight.
Thank you for having me, and I'm looking forward to a long August because we have lots of things still to do this summer. Thank you so much, and speak to you soon.
Wonderful. And just a reminder, if you have any questions, you want to get involved, whether it's the missions or the clothing drive, give Rebecca Harari a call at 646-485-7999. She'll also help you get the note into the wall. Thanks, Cheryl. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
And next week on the broadcast, we'll have another guest come and speak about even more exciting events at Bnai Zion. You've been listening to the Bnai Zion Corner.